All right, we're back behind the catch fence here at the NHRA Reading Nationals. First race of the NHRA Countdown. We're here with Richard Gadson, pro stock motorcycle rider. First off, appreciate you taking the time and coming back here. And last year was your first time running the countdown and all that. But before we get into the countdown and everything, how would you assess your season to date?
I'd call it a breakout season, to be honest. This was kind of, honestly, more what we were looking for last year, the way I'm running right now. But, some things take time. And, we found a lot of performance in the bike. We found a lot of performance in my riding. And I think everything's starting to gel together. And I think we've been to 5 or 6 finals this year and won 2. We lost a couple really close ones. Sitting number 2 in points, so I got no complaints. I feel like we're in a perfect position for the countdown. I think I'm kind of they called it yesterday a sneaky favorite. I like that phrase, so I'll probably use that the rest of the countdown. But I'm here to win it. I'm here to chase the championship, and hopefully it works out for me that way.
I'm curious, you go through the motions, having your first full season, and then to come back this year. What do you feel, I guess, during the off season were your biggest takeaways that you worked on and that you're seeing play out in your favor that you actually wanted to figure out?
Yeah, I mean, really just some of my processes. And a lot of those things, most of them weren't physical. Most of them were just kind of trying to learn more about how I want to approach rounds and how I want to race and how I want to be able to put myself in a position to do the same thing all the time. A lot of it's physical preparation as far as how I eat and everything like that. And trying to figure out why I wasn't as fast. That was like a big one, and we didn't really have that answer, I feel like, honestly, until after Gainesville. But once we figured it out, we've been steamrolling here pretty good. So there's so much that goes into this stuff, and not all of it's, some of it happens before you ride the motorcycle. Some of it happens before you leave home to come to the race, and those are the things I just wanted to be better on. Last year, I don't think I wasn't really ready. I wasn't in shape. I wasn't physically or mentally in a position to compete as a top 2 guy. This year, I think that's the biggest change.
And obviously, Gage has been doing Gage things, of course, but it seems like, especially this year, you mentioned all the preparation that you've put into it, and that points battle's been a heck of a lot tighter than it was last year. It's when you have a teammate like that it's not only bounce off of, but also to compete against. How do you balance those and make sure that, you're being a good teammate, but you're also like, I want to beat you every single week?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way, that was why I was brought on. That was the dynamic that we purposefully created. We wanted it to be, we want each other to win when we're not racing each other. But there's no lack of competitiveness in this trailer. And that's what pushes us, and it helps us race against everybody else because we're really just trying to beat each other. Last year was hard. I wasn't really able to do that, and it kind of beats you up a little bit. But this year it's been pretty fun. We have a little bit of back and forth banter, and it's all love, it's all fun. But we really are pushing each other. You can see it on all of our runs, on our lights, and what we're trying to get out of the bikes those rounds. So that was by design. We set that up by design to push each other.
And I was lucky enough to be at your first win in Bristol a couple months ago. And I remember just how emotional and how you had the emotional part. You're really excited about it as well. What was going on through your mind through those times, and knowing that through those trials you made it? You're a winner and proven winner at that point.
Yeah, it was. I always say the biggest thing I felt in that moment was relief. I was just happy to get the monkey off my back mostly. Last year I came close quite a few times here. Maple Grove was one of them. Charlotte, I can't remember where else, Virginia, and I was really close. I just couldn't really, at no fault to mine. I had good lights, I had a good bike. I just wasn't quite better than the other person, and faster than the other person. And that was I was just mostly happy to get the monkey off my back, get it out the way. So now I can just start enjoying the chase. I wouldn't call, just being honest, I wouldn't have called last year and that chase fun. I tried to make sure that I kept it fun, but it didn't always feel that way. This year I'm having fun with it, so I think that's the biggest difference.
That's kind of what makes people dangerous as well, when I'm just going to let loose and go with it.
You stop caring as much, and you start just kind of doing what you do. And I say this year, but I really mean after Bristol, it started to be fun. It's like, just go up there, man, and have fun. and let the chips fall where they may, and it's a little easier to race that way.
My final question, this race marks the 1-year anniversary of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program that you had started. To see it almost like a full circle type of moment where you were involved with the program as a kid, but to give back, just how has that been rewarding from your side of things?
Well, for starters, his name is Jason Peck. He's from right here in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, just 20-30 minutes away from here. He'll be here tomorrow to watch me race, and I've known him since I was, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. So that's very rewarding. And just being home, and this is not just being a part of Big Brother Big Sister, being at the chapter that actually helped raise me. It's a pretty cool full circle moment. I'm really happy to have Elin and Abby Werner from Werner Communications helping me, because last year it was a lot going on, trying to organize all of that, go to the gate, get tickets. It was a lot happening, but it was all worth it. The kids, just seeing them, bringing them out here, having them see something that they're not used to seeing. That was part of my deal. When I was younger, I went to air shows and national parks and art shows. I'm as an inner city Philadelphia youth, there was nothing on my mom's radar to take me to an art gallery, you know what I mean? But it expanded my horizons. It showed me a lot of things, and it was a connection with a gentleman who could show me that things weren't quite as bad as I thought they were. That was Jason Peck. So if I can assist in showing those kids some of that same message, then it's all worth it for me.